If you're like me when you first started out in the gym, you think you need to do a regular straight bar deadlift. You walk into any gym, you're going to see somebody doing that. The thing is, for a lot of people, that exercise isn't a good fit. I want to show you some other exercises that are deadlifts that might be a better fit for most people. This is a trap bar deadlift. The trap bar is a hexagon. And so with the hexagon, I can step into the bar. With the regular straight bar, the weight's going to be out in front of me, which is going to put more stress on the back. The other thing is, because I'm inside of the trap bar, I can push my knees more forward without hitting the bar with my shins. So this is a much safer option for a lot of people. It's also a little bit more athletic because you're going to get a little bit more knee bend, and that's going to allow you to put a little bit more force into the ground. And so when you're setting up for the trap bar, you want to have your feet hip width in line with the front corners of the bar. From here, I'm going to soften my knees while I'm tall. I'm going to reach my arms straight ahead, push my butt away from my hands, squat down until I can reach the handles. I'm going to keep my arms straight, eyes 6 feet ahead on the ground, push my feet through the floor, stand up. From there, I'm going to trace that same path down. I'm going to pause, drive up, pushing the hips all the way through at the top. The second option I'm going to show is a barbell RDL. So with this version, we're never actually touching the ground with the weights. So this is going to be a lot more comfortable for most people because all we're really doing is pushing the hips back and then coming through with them. We don't have to go all the way to the ground. Okay, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to step towards the bar. I'm going to pick it up off. I'm going to take 2 steps back. I can take 1 or 2 more to get comfortable. From here, I'm going to look 6 feet ahead on the ground. My feet are hip width. My knees are soft. I'm going to push my waist straight back. For me, I'm comfortable going just below the knee. That's how far I need to go so that my hips go as far back as they can. Any further, I'd need to bend my knees a little bit more to go down further, like you would in a regular deadlift. So for this version, we're just focusing on pushing the hips straight back with soft knees and then straight through, which is going to allow this to be a more controlled and safe range of motion for most people. So this is the last option I'm going to show. This is called a sumo rack pull, and this is good for somebody who has a lot of hip external rotation, but not very much hip internal rotation. And again, this is going to be a little bit elevated off the ground, so it's going to feel a little bit better for most people in terms of how their back feels and how comfortable the position is. So I'm going to have my feet just outside of shoulder width with my toes turned out to a comfortable point. From here, I'm going to think about softening my knees first while I'm tall. I'm going to push my waist back. I'm going to grab the bar just about shoulder width, and I'm just going to stand up. I'm going to push my hips all the way through. My eyes are 6 feet ahead on the ground. I'm going to pause on the pins, and I'm just going to stand up just like that. For somebody with less IR and more ER, this can be a great modification to a regular straight bar deadlift.